Welcome everyone. My name is Brandon and I'm your virtual host for this 3-part lecture series, Developing a Success Mindset. I'm thrilled you're continuing this journey with us. I hope you're feeling empowered by the work you've done so far, starting to dismantle those limiting beliefs and beginning to restructure your core assumptions. That was powerful work, and now we're shifting our focus towards actively cultivating what we call a success mindset in today's session. Growth mindset development. Think of a success mindset as a specific mental attitude, a way of thinking and believing that naturally predisposes you to seek out challenges, to persevere with resilience through any setbacks, and to fundamentally believe in your capacity to achieve significant things. It's the internal framework that fuels ambition and sustains effort towards meaningful goals. And a cornerstone of this success mindset, the very foundation upon which it's built, is what we call a growth mindset. Today, we're going to explore what a growth mindset is, why it's so crucial, and how you can start cultivating this powerful perspective in your own life. At its core, the difference between a fixed and a growth mindset lies in our fundamental beliefs about our abilities and intelligence. People with a fixed mindset believe that their talents and intelligence are largely fixed traits, something they're born with and can't significantly change. This often leads to a fear of failure, as mistakes are seen as evidence of their inherent limitations. Consequently, they tend to avoid challenges to protect their perceived level of ability. On the other hand, individuals with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed and improved through dedication, effort, practice, and continuous learning. They see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to grow and expand their capabilities. Setbacks are viewed as valuable learning experiences, providing crucial feedback for future improvement. Interestingly, there's a neurological basis for this difference. Research shows that when we learn and exert effort, our brain actually forms new neural connections and strengthens existing ones. This process, known as neuroplasticity, which was touched upon in earlier sessions, directly supports the idea that our intelligence and abilities are not fixed, but are indeed malleable and can be developed over time. Think about individuals you admire, those who have achieved great things. Often, you'll find stories of perseverance, of learning from failures, and a consistent drive to improve. These are hallmarks of a growth mindset in action. Conversely, consider situations where someone avoids trying new things or gives up easily when faced with difficulty. This can often be traced back to a more fixed way of thinking. Now let's look at the broader picture. What are some of the key mental characteristics that are consistently found in peak performers? While a growth mindset is central, it's often accompanied by other powerful traits. Resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, is crucial. Optimism, a positive outlook, and a belief in future success fuels continued effort. Self-efficacy, a strong belief in your own ability to accomplish tasks, provides the confidence to take on challenges. Peak performers are also typically goal-oriented, with a clear focus on achieving meaningful objectives, and they often cultivate mindfulness, the ability to stay present and focused even under pressure. These characteristics work synergistically, with a growth mindset often acting as the engine that drives the development and application of these other traits. Together, they create a powerful mental framework that supports consistent high performance and the achievement of extraordinary feats. The good news is that a growth mindset isn't something you're born with or without. It's a perspective that can be cultivated and strengthened through conscious effort and practice. Here are some practical exercises you can incorporate into your daily life. Start by reframing challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, try to view them as opportunities to learn and grow stronger. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? Actively embrace failure. Understand that mistakes are not signs of inadequacy, but rather invaluable learning experiences. Analyze what went wrong and how you can approach things differently next time. Seek feedback regularly. Actively solicit constructive criticism from trusted sources. View feedback as a gift that can help you identify areas for improvement. Learn from others who demonstrate a growth mindset. Study their stories, their approaches to challenges, and their resilience in the face of setbacks. And finally, start using the power of yet. When you find yourself thinking, I can't do it, add the word yet. I can't do it yet immediately shifts your perspective from a fixed limitation to a temporary stage in your development. Let's put this into practice. Think about a recent challenge you faced. Now try to reframe that challenge. Instead of focusing on the difficulty or any perceived failure, what did you learn from that experience? How did you grow? What new skills or insights did you gain? Take a moment to reflect on this. To summarize, a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities can be developed, is a fundamental component of a success mindset. Peak performers often share a cluster of mental characteristics that support their achievements. And the good news is that we can all cultivate a more growth-oriented perspective through conscious exercises and a shift in our thinking. For your journaling this week, I want you to consider these questions. In what specific areas of your life do you tend to operate with a more fixed mindset? How can you begin to consciously adopt a more growth-oriented perspective in those areas? What specific, actionable steps will you take each day to actively cultivate a growth mindset? In our next session, we'll continue building upon this foundation by exploring the powerful concept of abundance thinking. I look forward to seeing you there as we continue to unlock your extraordinary potential. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.